Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet, and this is FIFA 19 MLS Sporting Kansas City Manager Career Mode, as we're back here with another episode for you guys for Inside the Cauldron. As we take a look at the team off the field here, look at some numbers here, we're going to get into some stats, look at the fixture, look at the table, and also look at possibly some guys that we're looking at. I believe we got some scouting here for the transfer window coming up in June. So the rule is, I think I already said this rule what we're going to do, but we're going to find 3 transfer players in there. They have to be somewhere around that, under that 10K for us to be. If they are over 10K, then of course they will be our one of our I forgot what the term is called, but we get 3 of those players that are over 10K. I've been doing some searching for some players, trying to find some young talent, not just in the transfer window, but also looking inside the youth academy. Now, as for the youth academy, we're only going to be looking for 3 players in that also. So 3, I think, matter of fact, as I think about it, I may end up changing the transfer window to only 2 players, and the youth academy to 3 players, top 3 players that we have in there. So far, we'll see those here in a bit. We're pretty good with searching for those type of players that we're kind of trying to look for. But take a look at the table right now for the Western Conference. There you see we're at number 1 right now, just a 2-point lead over Houston. There you see Minnesota there at number 3. At Galaxy, Real Salt Lake, and Dallas are on the top 6, ran out the top 6 really, if the playoffs would have started today. Well, of course, this season just got started. We got into a couple of games so far here now, and we're looking pretty good right now. Me personally, as a user, playing some of these games here right now, it's been a lot of fun. I've been finding ways here, and I think probably here in the next couple of episodes, we'll probably end up moving up the difficulty on the game to maybe semi-pro, or maybe even I think it's pro, or whatever it is. So I feel like I feel comfortable with the controls. I feel comfortable with the team and where we're going at with a lot of different things so far here. But we'll take a look at the team players, or the team stats here, and you guys can take a quick look at those, see who some of your favorite players are. And of course, Sporting KC got a couple of players there in the top 10 in some categories. There you got Russell and Graham there with assists, a piece from each one of them. But yeah, so far here has been a lot of fun trying to get to know the players here. I know Sporting KC in real life has a YouTube channel, which I've been trying to watch very, very much here to learn some of the players and the personalities of the players. They do a lot of player profiles on them, and kind of ask them about things about their lives, like what they're into, what kind of movies they're into, video games, and just pop culture type stuff. And so far it's been really, really fun and really interesting on some of these players here. Recently I just went to an actual Sporting KC game, and I'm about to go to another one here probably here in the next couple of weeks here. So actually seeing the sport in real life and then playing it on the video game, it's been really making this series fun for me so far here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series yourself. I've been getting some good feedback from some of you guys, sending me instant messages and stuff like that, and some messages on Facebook and stuff Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. So continue doing that. Give me some tips, give me some ideas. If there's a player out there that you think we could afford, that you would like to see come from, from the Premier League or Bundesliga or whatever, let me know. Like I said, with the names and stuff in this game, it's really tough for me. So I'm trying to learn the pronunciations of names of players, and just I know some episodes you guys probably been chuckling and laughing, which is fine. And I've already kind of warned that at the very first episode that I will be butchering these names like crazy here. Also too, if any of the players that you see here on the channel from a youth academy you're interested in being in, let me know. First come, first serve. I will let you guys be the ones to be a part of that, and so on and so forth. We'll change some things around, so tailor maybe someone based on you, or at least with name wise, not attributes or anything like that, but name and where you're from and all that kind of stuff. and we can tailor that all to you, or maybe a character that you want, that you created in past games of your own, or whatever the case may be. But take a look at some of our objectives. Still, some of those we haven't really got to yet, and some of them we've got a good chance here to try to do here. Of course, there you see the U.S. Cup series will be starting here very soon for us. I believe we'll play the first game. We'll play in that. It will be against LAFC. That'll be another 2 episodes from now, I think that's gonna be. So far, like I said, playing this FIFA game, it's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot about the players and what they can do, and not to mention just scouting, like we're looking at right here. Some of the scouting right now, we got Mexico. Got a couple Mexican players here we're going to be looking at. I don't know if it's in this one or not, but he has not came back yet with any players. But I do have a second youth academy scout going over to Europe. And also I just realized that I need to go ahead and try to see if I can go ahead and get a scout here within the United States. Those are the 3 areas we're probably going to be looking at. United States, of course, England, Scotland, places like that. Not to mention, Germany, and then of course South America, Brazil, Ecuador, and so many other places there. So we're over time we're gonna have the scouts kind of move around the world. And I'm trying to just based on what they're where they're from and getting trying to get a pipeline started for us and whatnot. But got some pretty good talent here. There's some pretty good players so far. I think there's 3 of these players that I see that I've been looking at here for Youth Academy, and they're going to continue sending me reports on these guys and whatnot until I get a full report. I want to make sure I get a full report before I make any kind of rash decisions on anything. Player wise for us for next season, I have not got a chance to look at whose contracts are up like that or anything like that, but I know closer to the transfer window we'll start seeing guys saying, hey, I want to be released from my contract, or hey, I gotta, or if the other teams are offering big money to have a guy to go to come over to the Premier League or whatever. If the money's right and it's a player that I feel comfortable we can move and whatnot, then and it's not going to hurt us too bad, then yeah, we'll make those moves. And I think I mentioned that here in I think the previous Cauldron episode, and a couple other times here on this series. That's something we're gonna do. This is basically we're trying to grow a team using a lot of the youth academy, because next season we're going to be using a lot of these youth academy guys, and just try to really build from the ground up on just a lot of young talent there on the field, with a mixture of some veterans there. We're not gonna, I'm not gonna kick out the veterans completely, but just get some of that youth in there and get them going, and just try to get ourselves a team to go, so we can have teams down the line, multiple teams for years on here to help us out. As far as I know, I don't know what I might have to check that, but what they require, like how many players you can have on a team in MLS, what the limit is, but I definitely have to check into that. Yeah, I have that right there, the guy from Canada. We're gonna have him start looking, and he's gonna be in the United States. So yeah, he's gonna looking around the United States, looking for some young talent there. Of course, I think he's gonna be there searching for the next 3 months. So we'll get a report from him probably here by the end of the first month of the season. But there you see some of the transfer players that we're looking at here. Some of them, the overalls, I don't know yet, but the ones I do know, I went ahead and put them on this short list here. And there's some pretty good guys here from young guys at that are in fellow MLS teams that are trying to look for some maybe some chance to get some playing time with us. And that really depends on where we have in playing time. So, guys that are, for me, anytime in games, especially really here, like in the college football here lately, if you guys have been noticing with the Highland Scotty series, it's all about just putting the best player out there, or really any game, really any sports game. But if a guy is a young guy, let's say he's a freshman, he's a 75 overall, and you got or let's say he's an 85 overall, and then there's a upperclassman who is 80. I'm gonna go after. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, hey, freshman, get in there, show me what you can do. Everybody's job is on the line. So regardless of what year you're in or your age or whatever, everybody's job is on the line. And if you don't do well, you don't complete the tasks that I have goals I have set for you. If you don't meet those, well, then you're going to be benched. So that's exactly what I'm going to do in this soccer series here is not playing right. You're not playing real well, or you don't fit that idea of what I want from certain position players and stuff like that. The chance of you getting time on the field is going to be very limited. And I want to make it competitive. I want get an email saying, hey, coach, you need to put me in. I want to start. And we'll give you a start, see what you can do. And if you don't do any, you don't do much really to make an impact for the team, then you'll be benched. If otherwise, if you score 3 goals in a game, hey, you know what? Next week, be ready. You're gonna start again. So it's cutthroat. Let's just put it that way. It's gonna be a cutthroat type of thing. And like I said, we're gonna put the best players out there. And if players want to leave, well, they can leave. But it's just like I said, we're just gonna try our best to just try to make it a fun, exciting series. And so far, it's been like that. I have been moving guys around here because sooner or later here, we're gonna be having games, 3 or 4 games a week. I think, well, I don't want to say 4, but maybe 3 games a week or something like that. So the fitness issue is going to become a thing. I know with training. It's been a lot of fun. I've been working on that, trying to get a lot of teams to trade or a lot of players to do some training here. I may end up doing a lot of what West Coast King is doing with his training, is just giving guys that are on the field the training, and the guys that are not on the field that often, they'll get the training there. So we'll maybe do something like that. Kind of switch on back and forth. So 1 week, one period, if you're on the field, you get training, and then the other times, if you're not on the field, you'll get the training. So kind of flip flop around those, and just see what we can do. But take a look here. Like I said, we got a lot of guys from MLS. Then we got some guys from the Premier League. I believe a couple guys from the Scottish. I forgot what the Scottish League is called, but got a couple players there. So that's our target area right now. We're kind of looking at for right now, and then I think once we kind of look through those here, once they get down to scouting there, then we'll have those scouts kind of go somewhere else, and down to South America, Africa, stuff like that. So, like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of searching around here and seeing what players we can bring to the team here for the transfer window, or maybe starting next season. So that's what we're going to try to do. But yeah, at least I know MLS doesn't really have a draft, but I was kind of on the same idea of what West Coast King is doing. I think he's picking like the best 3 or 4 players on the team, and then bring it up, have him come up to the senior team and whatnot. So like I said, I'm gonna try to look at some different things, see what's best for us, and just kind of go from there. So as you see here, we got some more players there, and really truly some of these players I have on this list here is like, oh, okay, we got a good chance here. Well, we might get them. They kind of fit what I'm looking for and whatnot here and stuff. So, like I said, just some really good young talent here, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the young talent, the 15 to 18 year olds, and then that 20-year-old range, and just kind of move players around here, get some youth in there, get them going, and if they're really good, lock them down in some long-term contracts. And try to our designated player, that's what it's called. Our designated player, of course, we can only have 3 of those on the team, and we have our 3 right now, and just try to keep them within that within our budget, which is 10K. Anything over 10K, you're considered a designated player, and we have to go from there. Changes. So, like I said, trying to different rule, trying to use some of these rules here that I've been using from West Coast King and a couple other friends of mine, so like that either I follow on YouTube or I know personally, and just trying to make the game, the team's more realistic here. I know I have a big budget and everything. I can buy pretty much whoever I want, whenever I want, but like I said, I want to kind of keep it realistic here and just kind of have some fun with it. And really, really, truly, like I said, work with our youth academy and really try to grow a very good young, get a good youth through that through our system and get them in here. So that's it. Coming up the next episode, you guys will see it will be DC United and I believe LA Galaxy. We'll be playing those two games coming up. So we got a week off here. Everybody's gonna be physically fit, ready for that game, as Wayne Rooney and company will be coming in to Kansas City and facing us there at Children's Mercy. So it should be a good game. Hopefully you guys enjoy everything and much more here on the channel with this series and all the series here we have on the channel. But that's it for this episode of the Inside the Cauldron here with the Kansas City, Sporting Kansas City here today. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that sub button and be the first one to subscribe to the channel. And check us out here. Follow us here for other great series, not just of this one, but also several others we have here on the channel. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. The links are down below in the description. Check those out. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.